Oh my god.
Before we jump into it, here's a word from our sponsors.
Welcome to Fortnite, mother...
In a world where Fortnite is fire, that's this world. Fortnite is fire. What's up, guys? Welcome to Fortnite. Come play our game. It's about Fortnite.
Oh my
It's
god.
about making friends. It's about default skins. News.
Arrgh, mateys! Come play the new swashbuckling Fortnite season. It's gonna be lots of fun for you and your pirate homies. Arrgh!
My name is Koa. Come play Chopped Fortnite. I'm Chopped.
Girls can play Fortnite too!
Fortnite and Epic Games is not responsible for any personal injury, drug addiction, or disease, including but not limited to the bubonic plague, AIDS, the flu, HIV, AIDS, and death. No legal action is allowed against Epic Games, or else you will get double pumped IRL. Be sure to download Fortnite now and buy V-Bucks.
Baby, you got something in your nose. Sniffing that K, did you feel the hole? Hope you find peace for yourself. New boyfriend ain't gon' fill the void. Do you even really like this track? Take away the
Have you ever forted your last night?
Have you ever Georged your last W. Bush camp? Have you ever conspired your last theory?
Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. I have some of our leading experts in Fortniteology to discuss some of the greatest conspiracies in Fortnite history.
Let's get into it.
First up, we have...
Hello there! What is up, my subscribers? My name is Old Ninja, and yes, I am Silver. Now, I remember I used to love jumping at tilted towers. It was the most tilted tower of all around. And I was heavily affected by the tragedy at Tilted Tower. Let me tell you, even in my old age, with my old, silvered, grizzled body, I still am deeply affected. It's very emotional.
Very interesting, Ninja Sir. Would you say you have PTSD from the event?
I do have PTSD, and I try to soothe it by getting sandwiches from my wife. But yes, I do have PTSD.
And do you have any insider knowledge on who might have caused this event?
Well, I remember landing at Tilted Towers, and it was just like any other day, you know? Back when I was a young, not gray, not silver ninja, I landed at Tilted Towers, and quite frankly, all I remember was seeing a man with gray hair, on that fateful day.
Was it perhaps George W. Bush camp?
Well, it appeared to be him, because I can only recall one man with silver hair in all of Fortnite. Back then, I wasn't gray, grizzled, and silver, you know. Ninja was young. Ninja was loving. Ninja was peaceful. But then there was the gray, grizzled George W. President Bush camp. And I saw him down at Tilted Towers, camping in the bush.
Do you think that the whole tragedy could have maybe been like his idea under the table a little bit?
Now, I don't know much about under the table dealings, unless you're talking about my wife, but it could have been possible. I heard George W. Bush camp talking about getting some kind of insurance settlement. Now, I don't know what that possibly means, as I was young and not gray and not silver and not grizzled and not very wise back then. prior to my PTSD, so I didn't know very much. But now, with foresight and 20/20 vision, I think I would say as gray old silver ninja that I think that he could have been conspiring for something.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you very much. Every single one of you. You know, when I got my three-peat on dubs and I got awarded this victorious medal, you know, I had almost lost all hope in Fortnite history because I didn't think that there would be anybody who would be strong enough to fight back against me. But now I'm seeing that with the youth and spirit in your hearts and your ability to interview individuals such as myself, that there is a bit more fight ability in this newest generation. So I have to thank you, you non-gray, non-silver, non-ninjas. I have to thank you.
We really, really appreciate your
Testimony.
Yeah, and your help on this podcast. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. It's a really big tragedy, and nobody really ever got to the bottom
of what happened. So thank you for being an eyewitness and giving testimony.
Next up, we'll have an anonymous interviewer who does not want to be identified in any way.
Goodbye, Ninja.
Goodbye, Ninja. Good afternoon.
Start off, I am Jonesy from Fortnite, and none of you are supposed to tell the government or the agency from Fortnite that I was here today to speak to you. Yes, sir. I do have inside information on the events that happened in Tilted Towers during October of 2019.
Well, where do we begin?
We begin October 26th, 2019, Season 6, Fortnite. Tilted Towers. Leading up to this event, President George W. Bush Camper, ruler of the Fortnite Island, had set an insurance policy on what we refer to as Trump Tower. On the 26th of October 2019, Season 6 Fortnite, this is the tragic day we all know as the Tilted Towers meteor strike. But what you don't know is that George W. Bush Camper was an inside job expert on this event. Yes, I know, it's appalling. The government doesn't want you to know this. The agency doesn't want you to know this. On the 26th of October, George W. Bush Camper worked with the agency to open a portal above Tilted Towers and bring in meteors from the sky, just in order to make the insurance policy ran out and to wage a war between the Ghost Team and the Shadow Team.
Is it okay for this to be published? Or are you going to get in trouble in any sort of way? We can blur your face out if
You're
necessary.
not going to need to blur my face out and change my voice. They know my voice. They know. Then why would you say your name? They were going to get rid of my name on this podcast. Do you have any questions? This is just all so much
To take in.
How did you find this out?
Actually, back in the day, I used to work for the agency, and my dad works for Epic Games, and he can get
you banned.
Can you give us V-Bucks, though?
No.
Any specifics you'd like to know
About the event.
Where were you?
Where was I? On 8/26th. I was in Tilted Towers. I saw it all. I was playing duos with not old Ninja, not the Silver Fox, the OG Ninja with the blue hair and the emotes and the midnight dances. We were cranking 90s like crazy. Crazy 90s. We were hitting edits, double pumping. It was friggin' sweet.
So you were double pumping Ninja.
No. Me and Ninja were duo double pumping news in the lobby. But then the meteors, oh my god. Lots of people don't tell you about this, but the meteors came down from the sky and they hit Trump Tower. I was in the ground floor. I watched all of the Fortnite experts. Did you see them? They came into the ground floor, they set up camp, they started trying to deal with all of the people in Fortnite Tower. Oh my god, it was a travesty.
Did you see Bush Camper on the scene at all?
Yes, I did see George W. Bush camper that day. I saw him camping in a bush on the outskirts of Tilted Towers.
Of course that's what he would be doing. What is that?
Oh my god, I know that knock. I've heard it before. It might be George W. Bush Camper.
We have to go. We have to go. Everyone get under the table.
Okay guys, we'll be back next week with a new episode of Cautionary Tales. Stay tuned. Okay, alright.